The great wise man, Zac Efron, once said, you got to get your head in the game. You got to get your head in the game. Right, I've got it. Welcome back. Hope COVID lockdown part 2 is going well for you guys. Sorry about the High School Musical reference. Mindset matters, right? You might have heard about this in school, maybe in PE or in other situations where they say, you've got to get your head in the game. You've got to get focused. Mindset matters. I actually agree with this principle. I actually think the Bible supports it as well. But I think it takes it actually one step further. I think what God thinks about mindset is massive. He says, not only does mindset matter, but actually mindset in many ways matters more than anything else. Like more than anything else. That might be a bit of an extreme opinion. I think often we can assume that being a Christian is about what you do. Being a Christian is about making sure that you maybe go to church, or Christians read their Bible, or Christians pray, or Christians don't swear, or whatever else it might be. But the reality is the Bible cares more about what we think than what we do. In the New Testament, which is the bit of the Bible which talks all about who Jesus is specifically and what he's done, there's these letters, and these letters are written by Christians to Christians about how Christians should live in their lives. And almost always what you'll find is before they talk about what to do, they talk about what to think. So they'll give a load of information about who God is and how good he is and how loving he is and how the fact that we fall from his standard and we've all messed up and we've all made mistakes. Jesus has come, he's died on the cross, he's risen again, forgiveness is made available to us, we can be in relationship with God. They kind of talk loads about that, and then they always say something about your mind. So for example, it might be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's in Romans. Or in Colossians it says, fix your mind on things that are above, not on earthly things. Or in Philippians it says, my memory's gone. In Ephesians it says, be made new in the attitude of your minds. Regardless of exactly what those phrases mean, what's being communicated is that what you think about matters. Matters potentially more than we could ever get. And there's a verse in the Bible also that says this. It says, above all else, number one, priority one, at the very top of your list should be, above all else, guard your heart. Now, they didn't really have this idea that thinking happens in your head. They thought thinking happens in your heart, which kind of makes sense actually if you didn't have modern science, because when you feel stuff, it's like you feel it down here, fear or whatever. But they say, look, before anything else, top of the list, number one priority in life is to protect what you think about. What you think about doesn't just, take place in your head and that's it, job done. No. Actually, what you think about changes who you are, changes how you act, changes the way that you view the world. That's why it says, look, you've got to make sure you're thinking about the right things. You've got to make sure that you're protecting how you think. Now, we're going to talk next week. I'll explain a little bit about some of the things that we can do to protect the way that we think. But this idea has got a lot of application for everyday life. I think it has application for mental health as well. But I just want to open the question, what do you think about? What do you think about? If there was a pie chart here and you could divide up the parts of your life that you spend thinking about certain things, what would fill that pie chart? Maybe go ahead and do that right now. I think when we start to realize how much we think about things and what we think about, we can start to recognize, what's healthy, what isn't healthy. Is this thing that I think about a lot helpful or not in my everyday life? But yeah, what do you think about? Because mindset matters, and the great wise man, Zac Efron, once said, you got to get your head in the game. You got to get your head in the game. So, see you around.